Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's not Oris, don't worry. It's still the James and Oris show, but I have a friend in the building.
Is someone better?
Absolutely, I take it. Good for you, Oris. So as usual, you know what we do on this show: discuss topics, entertainment, local, international, music, movies, etc.
Yep.
So, first of my story, Efe, is Lagos-centered science fiction Iwaju to start streaming on Disney Plus in February.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. I mean, how does this feel to? Is this exciting? Do you think it's
definitely? So animation is growing. Unfortunately, it's just growing now in Africa or in Nigeria. But of course, most of us grew up with the animated shows from Walt Disney, and Disney being the biggest as it relates to animation before Pixar. In fact, Pixar is owned by Disney.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm excited about this. I've been excited because I'm a animation comic book fan. I love all of them, and this is just showing Lagos in the future, so a futuristic Lagos, but Lagos nonetheless. And again, it has some of our great voicing, some of the actors, so again, good exposure for them, good exposure for animation, and then good exposure for Lagos. So I'm definitely thrilled about it. It was 4 years in the making, so it's been a while that they have been making it. It takes us a while to make animation. Unfortunately, we don't have Disney Plus. I don't think it's making its way to Africa. No, we don't have Disney Plus. It's only in America that they have Disney Plus. But hopefully they'll make some sort of exception for us Nigerians so that we'll be able to see it, whether it will be in the cinema or whether they'll partner with one other streaming platform so that we'll be able to watch it. I will be looking forward to it. I think I'm attending the premiere eventually.
I like the fact that we had Nigerian our actors, the voiceover, and all of those things. I'm really curious. You know, the funny thing, when you said they've been working on it, since 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember one time that I think it was on Twitter, when it was still Twitter, that there was like a picture or a series of photos that suggested Lagos in the future. And I just thought that maybe someone just did AI. And maybe just thinking about it now, it might just have been when those guys started working.
They started planning. Yeah.
I don't know. It just might be.
Not a bad one. Yeah.
So, but what will you? Have you seen any clip or like? Has there been like a trailer? Have you seen anything?
So not at all. Just the images.
Yes.
Some of the images are even on my website, explorenollywood.com.
Nice.
But I haven't seen any trailer of some sort. But I could always again
check, right?
Yes.
So I mean, from what I've read, that even with how they spoke or the dictionary, that this all sounded very Nigerian. That it's properly
we
proper
had Femi
like in
Branch
Lagos. Yes,
in
as
that
one of the
mix.
vocalists.
Oh, I have some. Do you want to see it? I don't know whether I'm saying it's coming, but yeah, that's it.
Oh, like this is like a trailer? Should we call this a trailer?
Well, it gives you a look into what we're expecting. Oh, okay, so it's
that's
like a
it.
trailer
So not much.
So it's like a coming soon.
So
like it.
February 28th, right?
Yes.
So fingers crossed, guys. Let me know, what do you think about Iwaju? It sounds like Iwaju, right? Forward, ahead. So I thought that was quite.
It's good that you can connect that. I didn't look at that.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
We have Rema set to. I mean, I think do they say set to appear on? So it's already happened, right?
Yep.
That of course is one thing for the American artist or for the other, for the Western artist to be on a Nigerian record.
Yeah.
Just another thing for the Nigerian. I mean, you heard what's his name? Chris Brown's song "Sensational." The impact of that record there, because it's Chris Brown, I'm sure it will be easy to just flow easily. And even though here we were excited to see a record like that. So, but what do you think the impact will be when you have Jason on Jason's own project, and then we featuring in Nigerian? I mean, even though I feel like at this point they should now know Rema, right?
Yeah. So at first things first, he gets paid. Yeah, to feature, except if they have an agreement where they say, okay, feature on mine and feature on yours, we don't pay each other. But if they don't have that agreement, first things first, he gets paid, which is important, and he gets paid in foreign currency. Now, Jason is big in America, very big in America. I haven't heard anything recently from him, but I know, again, some of the hits that he had then with some of the big names, again, from Snoop Dogg to P. Diddy, he had all those hits. He's very big on TikTok. his numbers grow
It's
astronomically.
insane.
As in,
And I think
1
that
minute
happened during that whole COVID era.
even coming out of COVID. So after COVID, I think he had like 20 million. By the time we came out of COVID, he was dropping some of the videos, dancing, animation, everything, 40 million, 50 million. So he has, that's almost the size of a country.
My God.
So he has the numbers on TikTok. So I can imagine what just posting that video when they do have it, or posting the song or whatever
And when
it is.
one of those short challenges, maybe by dance or
Yes,
whatever.
he does like the challenges as well. So again, that's all publicity going to Rema, that is going to him as well, and then obviously pushing the song. So it's a great one for Rema. It's also a great one for Jason. Let's not get it twisted. Nigeria is a populous country. Well, I wouldn't say not all 200 million of us are listening to music, but
let's not assume at all.
least if you say 1% of that, that's 20 million. So hey, that's a good number for him as well, for the most populous black country in Africa.
The world, right?
So go ahead, please make that money, at the same time get that publicity, and then obviously more and more to come. Yeah,
I mean, he's done well with Bayana. I mean, okay, so before I come back to Rema,
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was on Bayana, Bayana's ta 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 ta.
Okay.
Bayana, what's the guy ta 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 ta.
Yeah.
And I think, even though I felt like personally, I just felt like the song had done well already before this guy got on it, but I feel like it would have made a difference when he jumped on the remix, especially with the digital numbers.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And the funny thing is that the guy that shot that video for them last year had issues with immigration, because I think he shot that video and he wasn't supposed to work.
oh,
So I don't know how they would have resolved that thing, but I mean, I came
he
across
will
that
pay
situation.
taxes, which should be like half of the amount.
Do you
that he
understand?
made.
So, but in this situation, I'm sure they will have a proper arrangement as to recording the, and maybe they have a video for it as well. I feel like they will go ahead and shoot a video for this song, because I think it will do very well in Africa based on Rema. And yes, of course, Jason is big on the digital space.
Yes, he is.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's one of the artists that struggled when it started. Yeah, Jason Derulo, he started that because people, I think some people, I don't know me, called him a Chris Brown wannabe. It was like he was struggling to because he could
find
sing
his voice. Yeah.
Yes, it was a struggle, I think, until eventually social media did it for him. TikTok did it for him.
Yeah.
So it's fingers crossed. We'll see how that pans out.
Now that you said it, you've made a point, because now that I think about it, I don't know where he sits. So I will remember a Chris Brown. Anyway, I'm not American again.
Yes.
I remember some of his initial singles, of course. Make wiggle. I can't forget that one.
But the bigger ones were now the ones that now got on those trending, listening on TikTok.
Yes,
and stuff,
that's true, because he had a challenge for them.
Yes.
But he's not a Chris Brown. He's definitely not a Chris Brown. Chris Brown is just a talent. Anyway, we're not talking about Chris Brown.
Moving on. Please, celebrity marriages and the drama. Let's talk about Harrysong and the wife are going through a bit of, I don't know if I'll say a bit or a lot of drama right now. And this is not so long after, I don't know, first, before I even go to the story, did you see the post about AY's wife?
The cryptic post.
Yes, the cryptic post.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you see the impact, how it went around and people started looking
Just
for what
open
is
it up to
happening, what
speculation.
is going on?
Yeah.
Okay, but not long after that post, then AY now posts the video for his what's it called, Merry Men on Netflix, and that's why I now said, wait, did they come together to want to be messing with us? Which is what I suspect. But anyway, the story is actually about Harrysong and his wife. Harrysong, I was struggling to actually remember how long it was that they got married.
Yeah.
And now, and after 2 kids, and now they're beginning to have issues. So I don't know. What do you think? What is it about celebrity marriages that they have? The drama has to always come up somehow, some way. I mean, it's coming to a point where when people are getting married, we say, okay, no worry, they will soon break up. We'll be looking at them from the corner. But what
That's
exactly?
not a good thing.
I know it's not a good thing. I don't do it. I'm just saying, but
Yeah.
somehow it just feels like.
I understand what you mean. I think again, the big C word will have to come, and that's compromise. And I think one of the understanding of just getting into a relationship and staying in it, I take it from Michelle Obama, who was married to Barack. she spoke about times when she hated him. It's not even a joke. She spoke about time when she hated him because, again, he had to do 30%. Maybe he was chasing his senatorial dream, or he was going for his speaking opportunity, whatever it is, and then she had to stay home with the kids. So she said there were those times that she wasn't happy. But again, she looked at it in hindsight and is saying, oh, there will be days where I'll have to sit back and say, okay, man, do your thing. And there will be days when he too will sit back and say, you woman, do your thing. So compromise will never be 50-50. It will, and she said it will never be 50-50. There will be times when it will be 70-30, 60-40, but 50-50 is rare. It's obtainable, but it's rare. Now let's move aside for that again, because there's a sense of maturity that comes from people that understand that compromise will never be half and half. But as it relates to this new marriages, I can't say I just pray it doesn't throw people off marriage, because not all marriages are this way. Please look for better people in the system, in the relationship to go after. As it relates to Harrysong and the wife, again, just based on conversation, hearing that she's way younger than himself, and then they are facing this kind of issue. First things first, consult, go and see a psychiatrist. Those things are beautiful. Don't ever feel like, oh, I shouldn't be telling people my problems. Some pastors have training as it relates to psychology. Do you understand? They shrink, if that's the word. Some pastors have that, what's it called? And some pastors are relationship-driven pastors. Don't also get it twisted. But if you feel like you can't go to your church because you don't think they'll be as objective, then please go and see a doctor, a psychiatrist. Have a consultation. Start from there first. Is when you have done it all that you see that there is no holding back. Then you can come and drop the real message. Don't drop anything cryptic for us. We have turned to your online in-laws. Tell it to us like you. I don't even know why they do that. Why do people really do that?
The social media thing?
Why they
I don't know. I think that's where, because that's the era we are in right now. That a lot
we
of
don't
things,
care.
You know, people want to vent, and I don't know if it's about, so that, you know how people in the market, when they have issues and how they will be cussing at each other publicly, and so people will see and want to shame the person for what
that's
so maybe
analogy.
Now it's
instead of cussing the person,
yeah, social media, we have a wider crowd. In fact, I'm not going to insult you at the, you know, I'll take you to the bigger crowd where everybody will see it far and wide. Because now you talked about maybe for them to go to, people or couples to go, you know, for counseling, you know. But at what point are they supposed to do this? Will it be before, after, during, or when the challenges start?
Again, there's no timing to it. There are some people that are good in their relationship that still just need the external party to just weigh in on some things that they don't want to take to family or to their church, like I said. So if at the time you see there are issues, and you know, again, because of our setting, we start with family. So I tell my mom and dad, or I tell my siblings, I listen to their advice. Then from there, I go to my church again, because family, church are the first things in our, what's it called? Yes. So I'll do my family, I'll do my church. If you feel like you're not getting respite, again, that is another level of what's it called, of maturity. Because your family can tell you something that you're like, they're saying the truth, but it might be counterintuitive to your relationship. Do you understand? So again, then the same thing with the church. The church won't even give you anything if the partner is not there, so that they are not hearing it from one side. Again, I want to believe that that's what the church will do. I don't know what the churches are doing. I want to believe that's what they will do. But if you feel you have heard from family, you have heard from your church, you are not satisfied, or you feel like that's not the way you want to go because you also know your partner, then by all means, do you understand? But there's no timing. There's no real timing to say, okay, this is the best time for us to go and see the shrink, or let's go and see this. No, it also has to be agreed. You can't force people to do it. So some men will not open up because they don't want to be telling their stuff to other people, but there's nothing wrong with it. If you can come to social media to tell us the thing that don't concern us, you can go to a shrink. You can go to your pastor. Do you understand? And I remove pastor because, again, people don't feel their objective. So go to your shrink. But people on social media, we don't care. They don't care.
Let's also look at this, because when I remember, if I look back at how Harry's MC on social media, of course, it was a lavish wedding. They were
funny enough, I didn't even follow it.
white. It was big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
It was a
let me even
great
leave that part because
Mm.
what I want to say about that is because for a lot of weddings for some of the weddings that we see out there, you see they have a shrebi, people will pay for clothes, people will wear very really expensive and to look good for the wedding, and then at the end of the day, now hear that it has crashed. What happens? I mean, some days I'm thinking that some people need to refund me for I came to the wedding, I spent and transport, fuel, everything. You need to refund me for breaking up. So, but the question again is, do you think age plays a role? Do you think age plays a role in this situation? I mean, in this case, it's we're talking about somebody who's probably in his 40s, and the lady who's
42
in her 20s. Do you think age plays? Because if you look back, some of our parents actually got married at 18.
Yeah.
Some of them I heard. Some people got married at 16, and they are still together till maybe 2 days, and depending on when. Do you understand? What does age play in this whole situation?
Let's see. So it's not tough because again, just like you said, some of our parents, even some of my own friends, again, and I'm in my early 40s. Some of my own friends got married really early, from the late teens to their early 20s. So I have a friend that got married at 19. She's still with her husband, and he was even way older than her. So there is no cap on age when it comes to relationship. Now, and thank God for being woke, we're not smiling at people that want to get married to 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, or 60-year-olds. Yes, I align with that now. But some of those people, when they come into the relationship, especially when they're married to older men, there's a reverence they give them. It's not that it's a reverence like you're bowing, because again, there's just that respect because the person is way older than you. He has been in the world longer and he knows better.
Like Ned Regina?
Come see, come sir. I like that one.
Let's go.
I like that.
Let's go.
Come see, come sir there. But Regina she was way old. I think she was 20.
Young. Yeah.
He's way older than her.
But,
yeah, he's obviously 40. Yes. I'm sorry. Okay. So there is that reverence because she respects him either way. Do you understand? She respects him, and of course she listens to him because he knows better. And he knows more than she does.
And he has money.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't want to say that. I was trying to be diplomatic. Oh God!
If two young people are dating, you are a millionaire, you get that reference.
You get that reference.
Trust me.
Anyway, but moving it along, the women were more receptive. They wanted to hear what the men had to say. They also gave their opinions. Again, I had a friend that got married, and she shared her opinion with her husband. Again, that's left to him to be able to accept or not to accept, but she shared her opinions. Now with Harry and the wife, again, we don't even know what happened, but I feel personally that he is meant to have that maturity that will cover the two of them. And it's not everything, if he didn't like that the wife does, that he will say, oh, it's because she's young. No, not at all. I wouldn't say, oh, because she's young she should act a certain way. Not at all. You are matured, you are in a relationship now. You might be young, but there's a certain way you're expected to carry yourself because you are married. Now, we don't know the situation between the two of them. We don't know why. But age doesn't determine that. Some people can be young at heart and throw caution to the wind. But when you marry, and because you go through your consultations, your marriage counseling classes, you speak to family, there will be people that would have had that conversation with you. They would have prayed with you that, you know what, this is the way you should behave. So except again, if you are throwing caution to the wind and say, okay, but I've married him, what's the big deal? Age has nothing to do with it. As I said, I think Harry should have the maturity to be able to carry the relationship, but it has to be a willing partner. And I don't want to speculate so much because we don't know the entire details. What I do like is the fact that he said they are having problems, and then he said he wants people to respect his privacy. That's the best thing to do.
But how do we respect your privacy when you have brought it to us? We didn't know before until you came to social media.
Yeah, but that means that don't go digging. I'm not going to put out anything. Nobody's going to put out anything. Just respect our privacy. Again, that's talking to the blogs and everything. And you will notice that even in the story, the wife deleted that cryptic message. Let us sort it in house. If you finish sorting it in house and you know that divorce, which I'm not a fan of, divorce is the way to go, then put out your official statement. That some people are known for that. We are going through a tough time at this period. Please respect our privacy. Trust me. No, if you don't put out anything, they will not carry anything. So you'll be fine. You will literally be fine. So I respect him for doing that. I respect that. I like that the wife has taken it down. Now it's now meant for them to work. So maybe what they want to do is now do the counseling.
Yes.
Yeah, but whatever the case may be, I wish them all the best. I hope
because they have two
kids
involved. So and it's too early in the situation for them to. I don't know.
People are doing it less than a year now.
For me, if there's no violence, there's no abuse, should I say mental or psychological abuse, because some people sometimes it's not even about violence. Sometimes there's a way somebody will talk to you, talk down to you, that will just, not even that you don't like it, that just sort of weighs you down and just sort of, demoralizes you, So I think that if once there's no violence, where there's no physical harm or anything, whatever it is, they can talk about it. Go for counseling, have a conversation, people will help you. Have from the family, your church, if you're religious, the mosque if you're Muslim, whatever, and see how you can resolve that issue. Because I don't think there's any problem when it comes to relationship that cannot be resolved. Except as far as I'm concerned, if there's violence. If somebody's violent, then that can be challenged. Yes. Okay.
So apparently they've been married for 3 years. They got married in 2021.
There you go.
In fact, this year hasn't started, so let's just say 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, 2 years. So I wish them all the best. I really hope that they will find a place to find compromise and get back in the relationship. But like I said, if it's violent, then maybe, I don't know, they will find a way around it. But there's nothing like being mentally matured, way beyond just the age and stuff. Some people are just mentally, I think that's it, mentally mature and really okay
and set, and they know where they are going, and they are saying, you know what, this marriage, to what's it called,
for better for worse.
For better for worse. Yeah, I feel you there.
But the woke people are not saying worse anymore, so that's the challenge.
For better I'm part of that. For better
so
but that doesn't mean I won't compromise. I guess that's also the point.
Just saying, moving on, still talking about marriages, we'll talk about, there's another person who had a very public charade, so to speak, when it had to do with his marriage, and in fact his person, you, how do you call it?
I said y'all, but it's not y'all.
So I think you. I say Yul Edochie.
Yeah.
And Yul Edochie, in fact, more than the two women put together, has been this man or the main person of the spotlight. He has been on the spotlight. He has been very, very controversial on various levels. If it's not on his own personal marriage situation or his own relationship situation, it will be politics. For his comments on somebody else's. Because I remember when Davido was having, people were all about it, when they had a lot of women saying that they were pregnant. Like, that's why I said he lost. Two women said they were pregnant for him at a point. And then there was still trauma there. And then there was a post, I think it was Tunde Ednot's post, and then you now came there to say, if it's me, you people will say this is not somebody else, something like that. And somebody else said, and that's why I got that one, you rest. Somebody now replied to me and said, you rest.
This is not about you.
So anyway, this is Yul Edochie saying that he has finally answered the call. That God has called him to become a pastor. And in fact, the church has the name already.
Yes.
And he's going to be starting on YouTube.
Through Salvation Ministry.
On YouTube, for God's sake.
Yeah, there's money to be made. YouTube is paying their content providers.
Man.
So whether it might be a marketing gimmick, because YouTube is because again, if he starts talking, there will be some people that just want to hear the first message. Let's hear what this guy is saying. He will probably trend. Do you understand? Because the number of bloggers and online people that want to just get information and put it out, they are astronomical. There are a lot now.
People want to go to that, whatever he'll be saying, to just be commenting, shut up. You are not nobody called for the truth.
There will people that will go and troll him, and then he might just have the numbers. Before you know it, 1 million people are watching. Again, it might be a marketing game. Let me put on my PR cap now. It might be a marketing gimmick.
But let's say outside the
the
marketing part of it. Yeah. Is it not so? Would it be somehow to now come and be messing with something that has to do with God, spiritual religion, where you are trying to preach, but in your heart, do you know that technically you is still married to 2 women? Technically, okay, you is still
he's in the process of divorce.
Yes, of one. You is still. I'm using the word trolling his first wife for looking a certain way and for being with somebody else, or for traveling, or and everything that comes with the whole that he complained about some weeks ago. You know, because I think he realized that the ex-wife went to do her body.
Oh, really?
Went for surgery, yes.
Oh, okay.
And now looks a certain way. Say you went to do your bum, you went to do your bum for man, or went to do your body for man. So he wasn't really pleased about it, and he was Australian talking about it. And the 2 people were reacting.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even know why that was the reason why I thought he just did her dirty.
No, it was because
that's how he started.
Yes, that she had done her body and thought that.
And he realized. Did she leave the house to go and do it?
No, they were not living together. Of course, they're not living together anymore.
No, as in, but that was after they separated.
After separated, yes.
Oh, then she's aroused because he's separated from her.
That's what I'm saying. But he wasn't happy about it.
Oh, so he now started trolling.
Oh, you know, that you went to do your body. You went to that it was for man. And you went to do your body for man. You are living. You are being, or you are with a married man. Like, what pretty much, you know, talk shaming her basically.
I think you. The son name you carry, that's a Edochie, that's a Bubedike son name that you carry, because Peter Edochie is such a figure,
I swear,
a commanding figure in the industry and then in Nigeria. It's surprising that he hasn't gotten a CON or a C. I don't even know.
I know those things, eh?
I don't think so. It's surprising because he's such a commanding figure in the industry, and I feel like every time he sees it, he's just like, you know what? He's a grown man, leave him and don't use it to bother me. Do you understand? It's just unfortunate. You, if this is what you want to do and you feel like the Holy Spirit has led you to do it, why are you laughing? Because the Holy Spirit did not lead him, right?
Just because you have a baritone voice does not mean that you are going to.
And funny enough, he now got that from his dad, because his dad has one of the best voices in the industry, and he also has. So it's amazing how you have good, as in traits,
features,
that you can channel into. You know what? Put my head down and do the right work, and then you channel it the other way. I want to compare him to some of those other outlandish people on social media, but I feel like he's towing that line. So your James and your not your James, James.
No, go ahead.
James Brown.
Yes.
Let me. So you're like your James Brown, your Bobrisky. So if you are mentioning people that are quite outlandish on social media, then you put Yul there. You put Yul there. Sorry, not Yul. You put Yul there.
So Yul. That's the name I was expecting you to call, but you not call. But it's okay.
It's okay for me.
It's okay.
I don't want anybody to come and troll me.
You know the name that she was, as she's trying. Just let us know. Can we move on to the Academy? What's the Oscars?
The Oscars.
So Oppenheimer is the nominations. I haven't seen this movie, so let me tell you, I looked up for it.
Yeah, not the only
especially
one.
After the nominations, and I saw 3 hours. I was thinking, this film has to be very tough for 3 hours for one movie. I mean, I don't think it's the first time, but I'm quite curious. I know I'm going to see it maybe this weekend.
Just wait for it to come on the streaming platforms. It's no longer in the cinema.
Trust me, I know where. I know where to see it.
Let them make money,
It's not me. I didn't create it. I didn't create it. I
know where to see it. Where are you going to? Please let the owners of the movie make movie.
Okay, scratch that. When the movie gets to the streaming platform, I'm going to watch it.
So some of us, like myself, will probably watch it in the middle of sleep, because 3 hours.
3 hours a lot.
I know. I watched. What was the Batman movie? Because he did one of the Batman series. I watched that movie. That's the one with Bane. Dark Knight. I watched it and I enjoyed it. It was quite deep. Christopher Nolan is deep. Interstellar, I could not watch. I did not understand. And this is no what's it called to him. For those people that enjoyed Interstellar, good for you. I didn't enjoy Interstellar. I just like, what is happening there in space? 3 characters, what's up? It's not for me. Now Oppenheimer, they have been speaking about it. It was they have an open Barbie, so they joined the two names together because both movies were quite heavy when they came out. So Barbie was heavy, Oppenheimer was heavy, but of course Barbie won the day because it crossed over $1 billion worldwide. True. Oppenheimer didn't have that, but it was a great story. They had fantastic, again, Cillian Murphy was the lead, the Peaky Blinders guy. Emma she was in the movie. I'm sure you know the lady I'm talking about. I'm mixing the names now, but it was a great movie, had great reviews. They enjoyed it. The people that sat through the 3 hours enjoyed it. They feel like it's even the best performance coming from RDJ in a while after all the Marvel movies. And then of course Cillian also killed it. They totally enjoyed Cillian, and he's a method actor. He doesn't play. All of them were goofing around. He cannot goof around. He's quite method. So big ups for that. And they got up to 13 nominations. Poor Things also followed.
It's 11 nominations.
And I think Scorsese's movie as well also got high nominations. So big ups. My own problem is this diversity that the Oscar is talking about. They are not achieving it. One year they get it right, the next year they don't get it right. What are they doing to change this?
Is that about the materials on ground? Do you think so?
Yeah, or the people that are doing. So there's one woman, she's French, that is in the director's category, but there's no black person. There's no other person from another descent. Let me not act like diversity is only black. Diversity is not only black. It has to be women, Asian, Indian, whatever other descent should also be there. So the music people are doing better. Again, African content, of course, is making it. You know, our people have been nominated, but the movies is quite American at its core, and it needs to be able to take other people. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to do it. And then we need to talk about the snobs. Hey.
So which was number one for you?
They didn't give Margot. They didn't nominate her. Oscars, Kilo Day. That feels like beef. I'm sorry. That feels like beef because the movie did over $1 billion in the.
So how did now? I mean, because those kind of movies are supposed to get over 1 billion.
Yeah.
Because we can actually count how many movies gross that.
So the director didn't get anything. She wasn't nominated, and then the actress wasn't. That sounds like beef. But they now nominated America Ferrara as best supporting actress, and then they nominated Ryan Gosling for best supporting actor. What's the matter? Oscars, unfortunately, the two of them are white. I would have said Oscars so white, but unfortunately, both of them are white. But that's a slap on her face because she did great work. It might have been superficial to some people, but it was good acting because she really played the role well, though, to be Barbie, a plastic figurine. And she, of course, she had the main creator also in the movie. It was a good job. It was a good, and I can't tell how many people went to go. How many young girls
went to watch it. What I'm saying here, I went to watch it too.
So when you talk about best actress, what are they looking for that she didn't fit and she didn't make it? And then when you talk about best director, what are you looking for that you feel Greta didn't make it? Because Greta, outside of having $1 billion as box office, again, it was a good. She had great angles. The directing wasn't bad at all. I didn't like the singing, but again, they were not singing it for me. I'm not the child.
Maybe that's why they were pissed.
But Ryan Gosling got a nomination.
Exactly. So
as Ken, I didn't even like that role. I was just like, what's this Ryan Gosling?
How much did he do as Ken on that? I mean, so.
But it was very vindictive.
No, he did. But even at that, he wasn't. Compared to the lead. Do you understand?
Yeah,
compared to the lead.
Oh, I like how he just flipped. Because he was good and everything. Oh, morning, Barbie. And then all of a sudden he became wicked and it's like, I will show you. So I don't know why she didn't get nominated. That's a big slap on her face as far as I'm concerned. But hey, again, maybe we're still speaking about diversity. So maybe diversity doesn't cover that angle, or maybe they just weren't happy. I don't know. Oscars always gives us something to talk about every year.
I guess.
Yeah.
So what should we expect from these nominations? Do you see Oppenheimer getting?
Oh yes. Yes. I think so. Best actor, probably best supporting because people liked our DJ. But Sterling K. Brown is in that category. So again, we have to big up to our brother.
True.
It's so always so confusing.
True.
Do you understand? You watch one movie, you feel somebody's, but you're like, our black people are in this category. So that's I feel like it will be very, very again, it will be the Oscars. Again, they would also even talk about the snobs. Jimmy Kimmel is the host. He will definitely talk about the snobs.
True.
If they don't relate to the slap, it will be the grace of God.
I swear down.
Do you understand? But it will be March 10th. We're expecting to see and listen about everything that happened. Barbie will also win. Oppenheimer, I feel like Nolan will come away with the best director this year. I would have wished it for Scorsese because he feels like he's almost dying, but I don't know. I think Nolan will take it. Yeah, I think Nolan will take it. I think Cillian will take it as best actor as well. Again, we can't remember the name of the lady if she was in best actress category. But it will be very, very close. It will be very, very tight. But Barbie will also take their wins in the nomination. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
It will be good for America. Ferrara. I hope I got that right for best supporting because again, she's Latino descent. Diversity is important.
Play, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see.
Fingers crossed. Meanwhile, the Grammys is February 5th.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
So we have our Nigerian brothers. Burna Boy.
Yep. Davido. They are nominated in the same category,
Ashake.
right? Yeah. I can't even see.
I mean, we also have our Nigerian sister. There's Arasta.
Yeah.
Then we have
the South African.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tyler. So let's look at it from the performance, the single song performance category. I think that's the best African performer.
Okay.
And the best African, best African performance. Who do you think will go on with that award? That was coming in maybe.
I don't understand, James. You want them to come on? You want my Twitter follower? I mean my Instagram followers to grow. I don't know. I love Tyler. I'm sorry.
There you go. Don't worry. You said.
No, I'm not saying she's the winner. I'm just saying I love Tyler because I like Make Me Swear and it's calm. That my piano sound is just the bomb. Let's not forget that Davido's song, I think it's Feel It, that is being nominated on I love that Unavailable. I love Burna. I love Ashake. Hey God, I can't make up my mind. But may the best person win. And Burna is going to be performing.
Yes.
Burna, big up. Again, performances are not a joke. I just did a backflip to check out the top 20 best performances. It has people from Amy Winehouse to Kanye to Kendrick to Beyonce to Tina Turner to Michael Jackson. In fact, Michael Jackson was number 1. Do you understand? So get your lights, get your choreography. If you're going to do without all that, because again, it's expensive to fly everybody abroad.
No, he does. He does it every other time.
Okay, if he's going to go with choreography, please, do the talking drum. And then do some atilogu, whatever. You need to blow those people. You know when
you see his during that COVID time where he had to perform, he had his own set. That I think it was Clarence Peters that shot his performance.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Yes, he did. So you can check it out. The last Grammys, I think the Grammys, not the last Grammys, during the COVID, I think it was 2020.
Yeah.
When he won his first award, he performed, but it was a performance where you have to do your set and perform. Awesome.
Okay. And he did it in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Because I would have suggested Amy Winehouse, who had one of the best performances, she did it in London. There's nothing that, again, tell these people who you are. You don't need to go to America to perform. If they want it, you can perform from Nigeria. Again, absolutely. But you have been nominated, so I'm not saying don't go. But you can tell them, I want to perform in Nigeria. I'll get a set. I'll do, because again, you know what works for you. But we don't want the elements to now fail us. That's how to now go jail. We know so maybe it would be nice for him to be there performing live. But please, we don't even know if he's performing there live on the stage or. But just like I hope he's performing there live. If he's performing live,
nice
please,
for him to be there.
Let it be electrifying. That's the word.
It will be. I think because that guy is like.
I need to check out his performances.
Oh, you need to check.
Maybe because
all
I'm like a JT, so Justin Timberlake, Usher, Pink, Beyonce. Their performances blow me out. And maybe Katy Perry.
Katy Perry, okay.
Katy Perry is a performer. And then her stage. So there are some people that you are watching.
They do. I mean,
watch Justin Timberlake.
His performance?
With his band. There was one performance he had on Saturday Night Live. Again, this is not. He had on Saturday Night Live, and then he brought out Jay-Z. I was like, Justin Timberlake is cool.
Wow.
He's cool. He can dance. He can sing. Then his band was not playing at all. When your band gets you, James, Lord have mercy. You like that band, they are singing your language. Some of them are. The band is it. But if it's going to be solo and there's no band, then that's another thing. That means all eyes are on you
alone. You have
so again, you have to bring it. I mean, I have high expectation for that performance. I'm sorry.
I do too. I think he will. I mean,
and it should not underwhelm me.
Something funny happened though. Just some days ago, Grammys, when they were announcing that he was going to perform, they put a picture of Sheyi Vibes as against him. But they didn't say it real quick, but people had already cut it.
Of course, so people are watching like per second.
And Burna Boy, I'm sure he wasn't going to like that. He would have told them. Remember when he had this issue with Coachella and they put his name small? He said, "Where's my name?" I'm sure he had seen his name. He said, "Where's my name?" He said, "Your name." He said, "Where?" So I know this is my name. Anyway, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. I had fun
for holding it down for us. Oris, I don't miss you.
I need to be here when Oris is here. I'll be in the back.
It'll be nice, yes.
Yeah, and all of us will be like, okay, I would like to be here when Oris is here.
So, thank you very much. So, tell us what else. Where should our people check you out?
So again, you can check me out. I have a platform, Explore Nollywood. It's Explore with an X, no E. So it's XPLORE Nollywood. At explorenollywood.com. That's it. I talk about Nigerian movies. You can go there and rate movies if you like. Again, let our voices be heard, and then you can read up on the industry, news, business, global happenings. I post it all there. Yeah.
Awesome. Where should we find you on social media?
Explore Nollywood. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, on those platforms, and Threads.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
You can find me there. Yeah.
Thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget. See you guys on the next one. Peace.